That night, whispers crawled through the dormitory like smoke. People kept their eyes on Do-jun, but not one dared speak directly. His name was being replaced. That guy. The sober, the one who refused. At lights out, he laid back on the cot, fully dressed, eyes open in the dark. The beds around him creaked softly. Someone was crying again. Softly, rhythmically. The others tried to sleep. He did. He could. His mind kept returning to one thing. Why were they spared? And more importantly, what came next? The answer arrived the next morning with sirens. Dorm doors opened with a hiss, and armed enforcers marched through, shouting numbers. Do-jun ID lit up red on his wristband, face 2.2. The extraction maze. They were led in groups of 10 into a vast underground complex, a maze of shifting panels and traps. The instructions were brief: find the exit. Only 4 will make it. The door slammed shut. Darkness fell. A sharp white light blinked to life overhead. Do-jun blinked and looked around. The group with him included some familiar faces from the first round, including a man with a crooked smile named Hae-won. Hoodoo earned 18 points in round 1 with brutal efficiency. I follow my own rules, Hae-won said as he walked, fingers brushing the walls. I leave them behind. Another man, tall and broad, scoffed. If we don't work together, we all die. Number, if we do work together, most of us die slower. Do-jun didn't argue. He followed the walls, noting air movement. Distant sounds, gears grinding, floor tiles shifting. The maze was alive, 10 minutes in. A panel in the floor dropped. One man fell screaming into spikes. Panic erupted. The group scattered. Jun grabbed the wrist of a younger woman who had frozen in place. Stick to the edge. Step only where I step. 3 turns later, gas hissed from the ceiling in a corridor. Screams echoed again. They found a pressure panel, a trigger that opened 2 paths. One led to another room. The other, a dead end with a locked door and a countdown clock. Do-jun had seconds to decide. He shoved Hae-won into the room with the timer. The hell are you doing? Hae-won. Do-jun pulled the woman forward, down the other corridor, a stairwell. They climbed, heartbeat thundering. Another drone passed overhead. It didn't fire. They were near the end. The final stretch was a gauntlet, spinning saws, swinging blades. And motion sensor. 2 more were lost before the finish line. In the end, only 4 made it June. The woman. And Hae-won, bruised but smiling. They exited into daylight. A screen flashed red behind them. Maze complete. 4 survivors, total eliminated. 6. Congratulations. A voice said, do the pay? You are efficient. Oken didn't feel congratulated. He felt hollow, but Hades survived now. The next corridor was quiet. Too quiet. No flashing lights, no drones. Just plain steel walls and a steady pulse of fluorescent glow above. Each footstep echoed as if announcing their fragile existence to the walls. Do-jun instincts prickled. It is not over, he muttered. One smirked. Of course not. They want to test how much we willing to bleed for a door that already open. At the end of the hallway, a screen lit up with a new message. Wang Bong Bone. Decline and rest. Only one may attempt. The woman beside Do-jun immediately shook her head. No more. I done. The boy collapsed to the floor, clutching his torn leg. He didn't even speak. He turned to Do-jun. Well, Do-jun stepped forward. I do it. The moment he spoke, the wall shifted. A hatch opened and mist rolled out. He didn't hesitate. He ducked inside. The chamber was pitch black. A sudden voice echoed through hidden speakers. You will carry another player on your back. They will be chosen at random. You must reach the end of the corridor without dropping them. The lights will flash red to signal pressure spikes. You must remain still. Move during red. Fail. Drop the burden. Fail. Begin. A spotlight flashed on. A body slumped out of the wall. Wimp. It was the boy with the wounded leg. Jung gritted his teeth, bent down, and hoisted the kid onto his back. The corridor ahead blinked to life. A path of flickering floor tiles. He stepped forward. When? Muscles clenched. His lungs screamed to exhale. But he didn't dare. The pressure in the room increased, like standing underwater. Light, he moved again slowly. Deliberately. The boy stirred once, but didn't wake. Dead weight. No help! Halfway through, sweat poured down Do-jun and back. His arms trembled. His legs shook. Another red light. He stopped. His knee buckled slightly. A thin buzz began in the room. The kind you hear just before something goes wrong. He roared inside his skull. Not now. Not like this. He didn't move. The buzz stopped. One final lunge. He collapsed across the finish line just as the door hissed open. The boy rolled off his back and onto the floor, still breathing. A voice crackled. Bonus round complete. 2 tokens awarded. Proceed to rest sect. Do-jun didn't move for several seconds. He let the cold metal floor press against his face. Letting reality sink in, he had passed again, but the burden he carried was never just weight. It was expectation, strategy, weakness, humanity. He sat up slowly and realized that was exactly what they were measuring.